Glad to see you. I am going live everywhere today because let's just say that we have a system and Chrystal's supposed to do what Chrystal's supposed to do. And if Chrystal doesn't do what Chrystal's supposed to do, then we don't have a video to play. So last night, if you are ever around on a Sunday night and you are able to catch the premiere of the video on YouTube or Facebook, there was no YouTube or Facebook video last night for a variety of reasons. One of those reasons is because, let's see, I'm doing the most here. One of those reasons is because I thought about going live last night and then I was busy putting up Christmas trees and all the things. I was trying to make sure we had put up our tree, but we hadn't put up the rest of the decorations. And I was trying to make sure that last night was a no video game, no individual screen, no everybody goes to the corner of their house kind of evening. So I forced the boys to watch Christmas movies, or at least one. I forced them to have no screens all afternoon. The little one was dying. I was like, you need a media fast, son. A media fast is in order. And so I was like, he was just kind of rolling around yesterday and I was like, get a book. It's amazing what happens when you read. Amazing things happen in your brain. Oh, why are we frozen? Why are we frozen? Let me see. Am I frozen on your end, guys? Let me see. I feel like I am frozen and I'm going to double check that. You can still hear. I don't know what happened with the video. Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay, so it's my camera. Okay, well, hold on a second. Y'all know, it's the most. This is what happens when I haven't gone live everywhere in a long time. Let's see. Let's see what happens. All the things. Hold on, y'all. Because I like my other camera better. This camera is no fun. Ah! Hold on a minute. Let's see. Let's see what Jesus said. Unplug. Have you ever called customer service? And you're like, I have this problem and I have this problem. They're like, turn it off and turn it back on. Let's try that. See what happens. Let's see. Okay, let's see what the Lord said. Look at God. You see what happens? Do you see what happens when you just hit reboot? I think the thing is my computer has been working really hard, like really hard. And I bought a new computer last year, but when I tell y'all, it has done the most. We have done events on this computer. I've been streaming live every week and some on this computer. I mean, my Dropbox and my Google Drive are nearing full. It's a whole problem. Anyway, good morning. And I was telling you about the media fast for my kids. Yeah, they're done. And one of them is grounded because they don't understand. Well, the thing is they don't understand addiction. That's the problem. So, we've talked about it. We know that games are addictive, all these different kinds of things. So when I say, put it down over there, all devices collected over there. And then later on, I see you with AirPods in. You didn't understand the assignment. You did not understand. And I kind of lead them through their own foolery. I'm like, so did you know that I said to put this down? Yes. So what do you think you should have done before picking it up? He said, well, I'm only listening to music. I said, but did I tell you to put it down? Yes. Before you listen to music? Yes. So what do you think you should have done? Ask. You are amazingly intelligent. Give it here and you're done for a while. Morning tea. Morning tea. First of all, just want to make sure that you all are aware. I actually have a friend in Kentucky. She's talking to me about what's going on there, and while she wasn't in the area where the tornadoes are, we've just been talking about what she's hearing, what she's experiencing. And one of the questions I was asking her is like, what can I do? Like, do you know of a ministry there, a church there, an organization there that like hands on and feet on the ground can be helpful? You know, we are only separated, y'all, by like 6 degrees, and sometimes it's like 2. Most of the time it's not more than like 6 or 7. So when you hear about devastating things in the news or devastating things in your area, I want you to know that you just kind of have to poke around and ask around a little bit, you know? Just think about somebody you know that used to live there, or a student who used to go to school there, or just ask around. And of course, we can always pray, but in order to be the hands and feet of God, reality, Jesus in the world, right? Some people may never talk to Jesus, but they'll talk to you. And if you're not the right person, then they won't want to talk to Jesus. So what can you do to be hands and feet? So 100% pray. But also, when you don't know what to do, like dig a little bit. You know, one of the things I'm always telling my children is that, you know, when they say they don't know the answer, I'm like, look it up. Like, put forth a little energy, you know, like Google it. That is an amazing tool. Google is an amazing tool, but so are connections. And a degree or 2 away from you, you probably know of somebody who knows what's going on there and can tell you exactly what you can do, or at least keep you updated on the specifics. I know that it's overwhelming. I am frequently extremely overwhelmed, because I want to do something. And I have to be honest and tell you that honestly, when things are happening that are hard in the world, or hard in my city, hard in my neighborhood, hard in my church, my reaction sometimes is to turtle a little bit, because I just get overwhelmed and I just want to do something for everything. And so because I'm overwhelmed, I turtle and I start doing nothing for no one, because I just feel like it doesn't even make a difference. We were talking about yesterday in church, kindness in the culture. I say we, it wasn't we, it was Tony Evans. And he gave this illustration, which I loved. He said, and I think it was turtles or starfish. It was something like that. But I got the idea. I got the general illustration. Let's go with starfish. Let's just go with that. So one man was sitting there going up and down the beach. And he was picking up these starfish that had washed up, tide had gone out. And he was throwing them back in the water. And he was just doing this, you know, one at a time. Just doing this one at a time. And someone came along and said, why are you wasting your time doing that? You know, it's not like you're going to make a difference, because there's so many here. Like, you're not going to be able to get them all. And the man that was throwing the starfish said, yes, but in this one, I made all the difference in the world. Andy Stanley once said, and I love this saying, it stuck with me, do for one what you wish you could do for all. Resist the urge to do everything for everybody. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just see what's in front of you and do that. You know, the Bible talks about the Samaritan, and, you know, you're supposed to love God and you're supposed to love your neighbor. Well, who's your neighbor? Well, the Samaritan man was walking down the road, and along the way, there was a man in a ditch. Now, I'm sure that in that society, in that land, there were tons of people, tons of needs, tons of situations that could have used his help. But he didn't help everybody. He helped the one who was on his path. So I have to tell myself, and I want to tell you, when the news comes in, y'all, from all over the world, heartache and destruction and pain, the thing is, you don't have to save everybody on the beach. You don't have to save everybody in the world. Turn my volume off here. You just need to do for the one who's on your path the thing that you can do. Now, that Samaritan man had enough money, he had enough ability to get that man off the side of the road and take him and put him in a hotel. You may not be able to put somebody in a hotel, but what you may be able to do is make sure that what you ate for dinner, that you share, that you think about someone. I mean, one of the things that is a big help for me, and I know COVID has changed this for a lot of us, but you know, there are still people in my circle where the comfort level is there. When you cook extra. Just cook extra. And if you can't freeze it, that's fine. But the point, if you can freeze it, that's fine. But also just think, Lord, I'm going to make extra of this today. This is easy. Like spaghetti is easy to make extra. Show me who could use a meal. There's somebody that just had a baby. There's somebody whose family members in the hospital. There's somebody who is just having a stressful week, and you talk to your friend or you find someone in church and it's like, there's a lot going on. Hey, can I bring you a meal? Girl, I don't want you to do that. Oh no, it's okay. I already did it. I asked the Lord to show me who to bless. We have these kindness cards at our church, and the goal is that you, as you go along the way, that you do something kind for someone else, and then you leave this card and say, this is an act of kindness brought to you from someone from our church. But the thing is your calling card is, if you don't have any other card with you, your calling card is that you are a follower of Jesus Christ and that you want to do good things, right? And you want to just be kind. Like, I just want to be kind to you. So do for one what you wish you could do for all, and know that God will show you along the way who is in your path, and then do good for them and resist the urge to feel overwhelmed and do nothing. So that one was for free. But I'm going to talk about a couple of things today before I get into the thing I want to talk to you about today. So this is, I know somebody's always like, oh, she's really live. Because, you're so used to seeing the premieres. And sometimes y'all, I'll be in the audience looking at y'all's chat. Okay. I have a gift. Now, inner circlers. Now, y'all know I go live every Monday with the inner circle. Okay. And then we take the edit. This is the foolery part. Hey, this is the foolery part that we cut out when we load up the videos to YouTube. So y'all are getting a little foolery today. But I need to know, inner circlers, if you're here. So I would like for you to give me your yellow circle. Go on and do it. Give me your yellow circle. Show up in the house. If you want to know more about the inner circle, this is a good time for you to learn more. All you have to do is go to crystalevanshurst.com/inner circle. What is the inner circle? Well, there are varying levels of the inner circle, and there's always the first level where you get the weekly live videos. That is actually changing in the new year. Changes are coming. But you will always get bonus content from the podcast, from video, extra behind the scenes from me. And the first level of the inner circle is always open. It's basically you just saying, hey, I'm here. I want a little extra. Chrystal, I appreciate what you do. But then every other level is like you want to be here and you actually want to do the work. And the level at which you're in determines how much access you want, how much information you want, how much of the engagement from me and the girls on our team that you want. But those other levels only open up on January the 1st. So this is a great time for you to consider joining the inner circle because they don't always open. Okay, they're not always open. We open for a few days at the beginning of each quarter and then we shut it down. Now, I will tell you that this quarter we're going into another 90-day. The focus of our 90-day is always goals. It's goal setting for your new year. But we always have a theme in terms of content that we're providing to you. This time it is go, okay? Maturing in your faith. We want to start the year focused on what it takes for you to mature in your faith, to dig deep and to go beyond living on the surface level and to know what it is to have your faith impact your feet. And to go beyond like where you've been all this time, to really grow up in the faith. So we're excited about that. And so now's a good time. So while I let you guys, all the yellow circlers show up in the house, awesome. I have something I want to show y'all. Now, I just feel like my daddy loves me. I know he loves me, but now I really feel like he loves me. Let me show y'all what I have. And this is going to be a giveaway, but this is going to be a giveaway for Inner Circle only. And then I have a giveaway that I will give away to someone else. So, all right. Y'all look what I have. Y'all don't know. Y'all see the yellow, right? You see all the yellow in my life? That's the Inner Circle brand color, the main color. You know what this is? This is, y'all. This is a Tony Evans study Bible. That's what this is. You don't know. You don't know. And my daddy made a yellow Bible. Listen. He made a yellow Bible. I was like, oh my gosh, you love me. Jesus, you love me. Awesome. So we have a yellow Bible here. Isn't that crazy? It's yellow. So I took mine over yesterday to his house and I said, can you sign it? He said, haven't I signed like another Bible for you? I said, yes, but I like this one too. So sign this one for me. Okay. This is a Christian Standard Bible. Somebody asked the question, what version is it? Now, I do have another one. It's not yellow. I'm going to say the yellow one for the inner circlers. This one is a burgundy leather touch. It's still Tony Evans. Look at this. Amazing. Okay. All right. So here's what you need to do in order to enter to win these. Okay? Listen. After I'm done with this video, you need to do two things. You need to share the video and then you need to comment. Okay? So you're commenting here, but this is the live chat. After the video plays, you need to go back and comment on the video and share the video with a friend or two or three, okay? If you're an inner circler, just make sure when you comment that you use the yellow dot. And because we know some people don't like to play fair, we're going to double check it. And then we will announce the winner. I don't know. When are we going to announce the winner? Let's see. Maybe by next Sunday night at midnight. So you got a whole week. So you can't tell me I forgot. It's like you have a whole week to comment, watch it again, come back and share. Okay, so I've told you about the inner circle. The other thing that I want to make sure that you know about is today is the last day. If you're on my email list, and if you're not, you should be. ChrystalEvansHurst.com. If you are on my email list, you will know already that we have intern applications. Today's the last day, okay? So writers, videographers, social media peeps, people who like to do detailed things. We need a lot of detailed work done. Event planning, hospitality. I will tell you, our focus this go round are writers and video editors and graphic designers. But we have a need for project coordinators and a lot of things. So just here's how you find out about that. Go to ChrystalEvansHurst.com/interns. And if you already filled out your application, don't forget about your video. Your video has to be in by midnight tonight. Yes, you have to do a video. We want to meet you before we meet you. So if you didn't know about that, or if you did because you're on my email list and you forgot, then you want to make sure that you get everything turned in today. Now listen, y'all, I am all about the foolery today because the part of the reason why the video did not go live last week or last night from last week is because the whole video was foolery. The whole video was foolery. Okay. Now this is for the inner circle. Y'all already know about my experience with Miss D. We're going to leave it at Miss D. I'm not going to call no names. Y'all know. Y'all remember the story? Oh, my inner circle girls. Y'all remember the story. Lord Jesus. Okay. And I was losing my mind. I have not sat under a hair dryer in probably decades. I was like, the last hair dryer I sat under was probably my own. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know about those home hair dryers. Do you? Okay. So, what had happened was I needed my hair done. Now I'm not going to lie. Look, you see this bounce right here? You see this bounce? I got bounce. I mean, it's slicked back because I didn't feel like doing it, but I do have bounce. Oh yeah, can you see my red hibiscus tea? So anyway, y'all are talking about this shirt. This shirt, give yourself grace. It's in the store. It's just ChrystalEvansHurst.com/shop. But anyway, this is me sitting under the hairdryer. Y'all see the face. You see, I almost left. I was like, you want me to do what? She said, yeah, we want you to sit. Y'all, I have been to a Dominican hair salon once in Philly. Because I believe I can go to a city and look up Google reviews and figure it out. So I went to, and my hair is not like super tough and super hard. Like it's not super substantial, but it is super resilient. So I'm just like, you know what? It'll bounce back. They burned it out too much, but okay, whatever. It'll grow back. So y'all, I found this Dominican place not too far from my house. And I went in. Now, this is after, and I'm gonna give the short version. Inner Circle, you had the long, stupid foolery version last week. We're not gonna do that today. I'm gonna behave today. Okay? Jesus help. Yeah. Okay, so no, this is not, just so for Inner Circle, this is not from Miss D. This is after so I went to Miss D 2 weeks ago. Last week, I went to the Dominican place. Okay. Now the Dominican place had me up under the hairdryer, and I don't know if you can see or not, but I'm not just under the hairdryer. I'm up under the hairdryer with rollers. Can you see that? I have rollers in my head and a towel. You see the towel to protect my ears. Y'all, I have not been in this situation for decades. So anyway, I almost left because I was like, I don't do the hair dryer. Like I'll run in the dry bar, I'm in and out, 90 minutes. Just wash my hair, pay $10 extra for the massage, make sure that I know what stylist to go to, because you got to know what stylist to go to. Everybody can't do black hair. So then I leave and I go home, and then I, finish it up, put a little moisture on it to make sure it stays. And I was like, hair dryer. But listen, y'all couldn't tell me nothing when I left there. Let me tell you something. Those Dominican hairdressers know what they're doing. Y'all see my swoop? Don't miss the swoop. Listen, bounce. Okay? I was like, oh Lord, you can't tell me nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot, y'all. For these Bibles, you got to be in the U.S. Sorry. Do y'all know it's like $1 million to mail something overseas, and we just can't do it. I'm so sorry. You see that? So then, y'all, after that, I went and got my hair done, partially because I believe that if I can sit in the chair, and I actually like the way I do my hair. I like it. I know how much heat to put on it. I know it, right? And I've talked about how I have different grades of hair throughout my hair. I have a lay down, like we like to behave section. And then I have I'm rebellious section. And no, I will not lay down section. But I know how to deal with my sections. And so, but I went back because I needed to go to church that night. And I was like, I believe that if I can work it into my schedule to go sit in a chair while someone else has their triceps aching doing my hair, and I can have my triceps and my biceps focused on getting work done, reading, writing, working, emailing with a laptop in my lap, then it is money well spent. Okay. But I don't do it often because normally even just leaving my house to go to the hairdresser is like I got to find an appointment. That time don't work for me, but this time it worked. But this is why I did it, because I had to go to church. And yes, I went to church in a onesie. I should have taken a picture of this onesie from behind because there's a whole zipper on there so that, you have easy access when you need to go to the restroom. I mean, it is what it is. So what we were supposed to do at church, it was a women's night at our church. We were supposed to wear ugly sweaters. Y'all, I don't have any ugly sweaters. And the problem now is ugly sweaters are a whole thing. Like they're $1 million also. Remember, you used to have an ugly sweater because you kept it over the years, and over the years it just got ugly and you just still had it. But now ugly sweaters are a thing. So you have to buy an ugly sweater in order to do the event or go to the party. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not buying an ugly sweater. What I will do is show up and look like Christmas. So since we're supposed to look a little odd, I will go for the onesie. So I came to church in a onesie, and I was thinking the whole time, Lois would be dying right now. This is my little part that will not stay down. I have put beeswax on that, castor oil on it, and it's just like, bing! I will not obey. So yeah. So this is just a whole onesie. It's just a whole onesie. See? There you go. But I did wear it with my cute Converse. Don't miss the Converse. And then I took a picture with Mrs. Claus. Okay, so I went to church. Now, y'all, the last weekend I have just had, have you ever had a weekend? And some of us do this by watching TV. Some of us do this by sleeping. Some of us do this by, some of us do this by Netflix. I'm not really a TV watcher. But I did spend more time than I would normally have spent on social media this weekend. I have been sucked into the world of Reels against my will. The team is like, you have to do Reels, because if you don't do Reels, then the Instagram algorithm isn't going to be nice to you. Y'all, Reels take too much time. It's like, who has time to sit on their phone and do videos? And y'all know I'm a geeky girl. I love all the things. Like even right now, I thought about going live on Instagram and I didn't. But even right now, look, tripods, phones, just all the things. XLR mics. I mean, InReach. I'm not using it this morning, but there you go. I mean, and that's one mic. Here's another mic. Okay. Here's a third mic. Like, I believe in technology. However, y'all, I just be like, people do and the reason why Gen Zers are doing a lot of this stuff, and even younger millennials, is because they have time. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time to be doing all these reels, not the complicated ones. Okay. And I'm a musical person, so I can't help but try to time the videos so that when the music changes, the video changes. I want to do the most. And then Instagram hasn't even given me the 60 seconds. I got 15 and 30. Who can make a good video in, 30 seconds? I want 60 and it won't give it to me yet. And then on top of that, I can't get my lyrics to show up. My stuff isn't working. I'm assuming that's because Instagram is like, you haven't done enough. So I've been trying to do a few more reels. So I'm infatuated a little bit with reels. And I was just going through, listening to the different songs, saving some audios for the fun, just for the fun of it. Some of y'all are like, what's a reel? So anyway, in addition to the reels, Karis and I were doing some filters. So this is Karis on a filter. I think that's on TikTok. I have not downloaded TikTok to my phone. I just am like, I don't need any help procrastinating or being distracted in my life. I'm not going to do it. Amy Stockwell says, check out The Chosen. I know one of the girls in the office, Emily, watches The Chosen, and I'm always seeing in her stories. And I know a guy that works on Chosen stuff, and I keep hearing about it. And I'm like, don't get sucked in. Don't get sucked in. Don't get sucked in. Anyway, doesn't Karis look beautiful? Well, I don't have TikTok, but I do have Instagram, and Instagram has some fun foolery filters. Y'all, listen. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Look at that. It's a Disney character or a cartoon or something like that. But anyway, this is what I was laying in the bed doing on Saturday night. Foolery. Foolery. Okay. Now, I did, like I said, I made the boys watch movies last night. I made them choose a Christmas movie. And before that, 2 or 3 hours of nothingness, because you need to learn how to operate in nothingness. This is good for you. And I mean, I just have been the last year and a half, 2 years, not even, no, the last 3 years of my life have been tremendous. I still feel like I'm in recovery mode. I just am behind all the time. Things that needed to be done that I can't find, boxes that needed to be unpacked, piles that need to be undone. It's just a regular situation for me to be not together. Okay. So So me doing these things with my children is not abnormal, but the last 3 years have resulted in a total departure from our normal rhythms. There's a book that I've read to the kids every year. I think in the last 2 years, I haven't read it to them. My hope is that I can get going again. I may read 2 times a day to catch up. But we have a lot of traditions and I just haven't had the bandwidth for them, Hence, give yourself some grace. But last night I was like, you know what? We're going to do the thing because we need to do the thing. And we were able to sit down and watch movies last night. That was fun. So I made them watch a movie. We watched some movie. I looked up the ones from the 1990s because those are the ones that I know. Then we put up our tree. Well, we had put it up. We added the ornaments. And because boys are who they are, you feed them, they will be satisfied. So, of course, we had cookies. And then I made hot chocolate and all the things. Now, I have a video I want to show you. The thing is, it has great sound. But I can't share the sound because we were dancing to music from our Spotify playlist. And if I play the music here on YouTube or Facebook, it'll flag the video and say, you're stealing somebody's music. So you won't hear any sound. You'll see me, but you won't hear any sound. But this is what we were doing last night. So I make my boys dance with me. Yes, I wear compression hose most of the time. That's my little house dress. I cannot even believe I'm letting y'all see me like that because it's not. But then, hey, oh, break it down. The foolery with children. They just want to know that you're willing to have fun. I think that's what they want to know. I also, let's see. I don't know what that video is. Let me see. There's another video I wanted to show y'all, which I think I sent myself the wrong video. I did. My bad. I'm going to grab it. Hold on. Let me grab this video for you. Because I actually took the time, which is why I went kind of late today, because I was sitting here making videos on my phone so I could show y'all things. All right, date added. Let me go. Why are we having issues? AirDrop. I want you to send the video. Okay, here it comes. It's coming, y'all. So you're going to watch the foolery, watch me dance again, and then some other fun things that we did last night. Okay, here we go. Let's drag this in. Come on, movie. All right. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Tech with audio. All right. There we go. So you have to watch that again, but then there's some other stuff that I wanted to show you too. All right. So like I said, compression hose for the win all the time. I said over Christmas, I'll let them teach me some dance, but I wasn't doing that. I was like, I might break something. So boys will be boys, right? And so this is one of our bins for our Christmas supplies. And they turned it into a game. I was like, y'all, like, it's just a box. And then it became a whole thing. But here's what I found with children. And it doesn't really matter what their age is. They always spend way too much money, way too much energy. And we stress out too much about creating experiences for them when really it's the simple things, right? This is something my mother gave me. It's this dancing Santa Claus. And of course, when the little children come in, they're like, oh my gosh, that is so great. Nesquik hot chocolate for the win. And I make it on the stove, heat up all the milk at the same time, dump the Nestle in there. Of course, we have to have marshmallows. Why would you not have marshmallows? And for those who don't like marshmallows, we have another option. We've got whipped cream, because Ready Whip, you can get 3 packages and be ready for the holidays at Costco. And if you're not paying attention, this is what happens. So for those of y'all who feel like things are always perfect, they're not. And here you go. He's doing the most with the marshmallows. And I was like, why are you doing that? I was like, do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? So, being with the kids gives me plenty of opportunity. And y'all, these are chocolate spoons. Somebody actually gave them to me as a gift. And I was like, Jesus is stinking real. He is real. We keep Christmas cards. So when people send us their Christmas cards, and this is the beginning of the season, we put them on our wall. We've hung them on ribbon before. No, why are you doing that? There we go. And we just have hung them on ribbon or stapled them to ribbon and just hung them on the wall so that the people who send us Christmas cards, we can pray for them. And the kids will say, who is this? Who is this? Who is this person? I get to tell them I went to high school with them, or this is someone that, was your grandmother's friend, or this is someone who we used to live next door to. It gives me the opportunity to tell the stories of my life and the people that I know. And so I just thought y'all would like seeing that. Okay, so here, let me get into the meat of what I want to talk about today. And before I do that, I want to tell you about something else. So I told you about the Inner Circle opening in January, and, let me see. Okay. I told you about the Inner Circle opening in January, and, I always have like a beginning of the year coffee with Chrystal. So Sunday night on January the 2nd, I'll be doing that. And so if you're on my email list, you'll find out everything that you need for that. And I'll be like teaching something, kind of my thought for the year, to kick off the year. That'll be a Sunday night. And again, if you're on my email list, you'll find out about it. But then the Saturday after that, I'm doing something called Reinventing a Life You Love. It is not a course. It is a live workshop. Hold on, my husband's calling me. Hey, Jesse. Jesse?
Yes.
I'm on a live.
Did you turn the oven off?
No, I may not have turned it off last night.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. And then, okay, he just hung up on me. I left the oven on all night. All night, apparently. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Home calls. My kids are still asleep, but my husband is not. Okay. So I can unlock the door. Okay. All right. Reinventing a Life You Love. It's a live workshop. It is designed for me to take a Saturday and walk you through the course that I created years ago called Live a Life You Love. So there is a course called Live a Life You Love. Anybody can buy that at any time. But what I'm going to be doing on this Saturday is walking you through that course. One of the things I've learned, and because I'm actually in a thing right now where I can do the stuff by myself, but I do better when I have a teacher. I do better when I'm in community. I do better when there's accountability. I do better when there's a date and a time for me to show up. So that's why I'm doing that. And with that, it basically walks you through some of the material that I've talked about, and she's still there too, where you need to look at your life and say, what do I want to see in my life? Where do I want to go in my life? What has God put in me that he wants me to activate in my life? How am I going to take action on those things that he's put in me? How am I going to take action on my passions, my interests, my gifts, my personality? And we're going to be doing that in an interactive way. So I'm really excited about that. With the price of the workshop, you get access to the course. You also have a box that will be mailed to you because we're going to vision board together. I think one of the best ways to identify what you want to see activated in your life is to write things down. And another version of writing those things down is to put pictures of them where you can see them. The point is, keep your thoughts, keep your dreams, keep God's words, his convictions in front of you. What you want for your life, keeping it in front of you. So we're going to mail you everything you need along with some great swag. If you would like to find out more about that workshop, I keep saying that, go to crystalevanshurst.com/reinventing reinventing. So it is going to be a large part of the day on Saturday, January the 8th. Again, it is me teaching, walking you through the course in a smaller environment. It's like an event, but smaller. And then a bag of swag, a box of swag, and all the materials that you need for a vision board. We've never actually mailed out materials before, so we're really excited about that. So if you want to kick off the year thinking about your life and being intentional about setting goals and walking through, who am I created to be? What did God create me to do? And you want to do that with me, then join me on January the 8th, crystalevanshurst.com/inventing. And I say that now because I want to talk about this. It is not too late. So here's where I straighten up and fly right. Okay. Here's where I straighten up and fly right. Okay. Because we may edit this later. You never know. Because this was a lot of foolery. This was like almost an hour of foolery. How long have I been on? I don't even know. Hey, Debbie, you're in the chat doing all the things. Somebody said thank you, Debbie. So whatever you did, thank you. Okay. All right. So one of the lies that the enemy will tell us, and he will whisper it in your ear over and over and over again, is that you're too late. If he can convince you that you are beyond the ability to pick up where you left off, to start what you never started doing, to go back to something that you intended to finish, but you didn't. If he can convince you that you don't have time, that you need to give up, that you need to stop moving forward, then he is keeping you from one of the truths of you being God's daughter. That as long as you are willing to allow the work and the worthiness that God attributes to you to fill your heart and your mind, that it's never too late as long as you have breath. Never. It may be too late to do it the way you intended to do it in the time frame that you intended to do it. It may be too late for you to do it the way you dreamed of doing it, but doing it at all, never, never. Whether you do it or you enable someone else to do it, it's never too late. But the enemy wants to get you to think that way, because if he can, then he wins. Now, sometimes, y'all, it ain't the enemy. It's you. It's your own negativity. It's your own glass half full way of viewing life. It is your own way of talking to yourself, which is why you need to watch how you talk to yourself. Proverbs 18:21 says that the power of life and death is in the tongue. You are God's daughter, which means you should talk to yourself that way. And what do we do when we think about how we talk to, or how we should talk to, little children? We think about encouraging them. If a child who's learning to walk falls down, we don't say, well, you suck, you're never going to learn how to walk. We say, that's okay, get up and try again. And even a mom who's concerned that her child may be taking too long to walk, a wise mother will say to that young mother, don't worry, he will do it or she will do it in her time. My first child walked at 7.5 months. One of my children didn't walk until they were over a year old. And there are varying degrees of how we learn to walk physically. There are varying degrees to how we learn to walk spiritually, actually, in our everyday. So stop chiding yourself or chiding other people when it takes them a little longer to figure it out. Some of us are hard-headed, we are stubborn, we are rebellious, and we waste time doing things the way God would have asked us to do them, or the way he designed us to do them based on what he tells us in his word. And then we waste time, 10 years in, 20 years in. And then we say, well, it's too late. I should have done that when I'm in my 20s. No. I just watched a video on Instagram when I was reeling out this weekend of a woman, 102 years old, who went skydiving. Seriously. Never too late. Now, she may not want to do it 7 times this month, but was it too late for her to do it at least once? No. I tell you this because there are 2 examples from my life right now that I want to share with you. The first one is my great aunt at 90 years old has moved to Texas. She's lived in Maryland her whole life. And one of her daughters, looking for a place to retire outside of the Northeast coast, said, Mom, me and my husband are going to move to Texas. They looked at Florida. They looked at the Carolinas. She settled on Texas. And my 90-year-old aunt said, I'm coming with you. Now, a lot of 90-year-old people would have said, I've lived my whole life in this one space. I'm not going. And she said, no, I'm still here. And life adventure is not over for me yet. This is my dad's aunt. It's his mother's sister. She looks just like her, walks like her, talks like her. I can't help but think about my grandmother when I look at her, and she's here. It's never too late. Ever. I want you to know that for my husband, who has had a long, hard health journey, he's at a point in his life too right now where he's figuring out, okay, what happens in this season of my life? And I'm telling him, I know that things have been on pause for you for a while, but whatever you thought you wanted to do, or whatever you didn't even know you wanted to do, it's not too late to figure that out. Sometimes we need to know that it's not too late to move. Sometimes we need to know that it's not too late to start, to figure it out, to do something that we didn't even know was possible. What I do know is that the figuring it out journey can be great. My husband is good friends with David Mann, and he's been using his time and newfound health to do things that he hasn't been able to do in the past. Travel, hang out, have fun, explore, do things differently, meet new people, have new experiences. It's a good thing for you to realize that it's not too late. I have this one other picture and I don't remember why I have it. Oh yeah, there you go. Reading to my grandchildren. Now, I think I have enjoyed homeschooling my kids. I have a million books in the world. And I say very often that the way I homeschooled my oldest children is not the way I'm homeschooling my younger children. And I look at the boys and I think, one is a junior and one is a seventh grader, and then I'm done. And now I realize why grandparenting is so sweet. Because a lot of the things that you meant to do with your children that you didn't have the bandwidth to do, the money to do, the desire to do, the knowledge to do, you get to do them with the kids that aren't yours. But I still have kids at home, and I still get to do some things with kids that are mine. Wherever you are in life, here's the thing as I'm talking, I want you to answer this question. What have I not done that I wanted to do? What did I not do more of or enough of that I intended to do more of? How did I get here where I started believing that I couldn't finish what I started or start something that I wasn't sure I could finish? If you can stop telling yourself that you can't, then maybe you can. If you can stop allowing the enemy to convince you that things are done and over, then maybe you can pick up where you left off. Or maybe you have no idea what you want to start. Maybe you have no idea what the open door is. You have no idea what the path could be. Here's what I want to tell you, and this is something my mother told me. Until you know what to do next, just do what God told you to do last. Put one foot in front of the other, and these are my words, follow the yellow brick road. Think about the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy, how she knew she was supposed to get somewhere. She was trying to get home. And in trying to get home, she was like, I need information from the Wizard of Oz. I have to see him. And she had to find him, but she didn't know how to get there. She just followed the yellow brick road. I like to call them breadcrumbs. You think about Hansel and Gretel and being stuck in the woods and their desire to figure out where they had gone, and they left breadcrumbs so they could find their way back, right? God leaves you breadcrumbs. The problem is we usually are not paying attention because they're small. All those fields that Dorothy had, she could have gone into the field. She could have gotten distracted. There were lots of things along the way that had taken her off her path. But she kept saying, I got to get back to the yellow brick road. And you have to say, I have to get back to the yellow brick road in my life. What are the breadcrumbs God has left me? And this is why I'm hosting the workshop on January the 8th, because a lot of us don't know how to look for our breadcrumbs. We don't know how to discover what God put in us. And I am very grateful to have had parents who did that for me, who said, this is what we see in you. One of the reasons why we have the internship is because I've realized that time and time again, one of the things that I get to do is look at interns and say, whether they're 21 or 51, this is what God has put in you. Do you notice this? Do you see that this is a gifting? And they may say, I kind of sort of thought that this is something I wanted to do. And then I look them in the eye and I say, God gave this to you. Everybody doesn't have this. It's like singing. A lot of people like to sing. Not everybody have the gift. Not everybody have the permission. They don't have the path laid out for them. They don't have something deposited in them that makes it easier for them to do it. I was watching this video last night, and this gentleman said, most of the people who go to college will get a degree in something that they don't love. Most of the people that go to college will conform their passions to whatever will give them the good grade or whatever helps them keep their scholarship. And most of the people will live their life the same. They will do the thing that's safe. They will do the thing that pays the bills. They will do the thing that they understand instead of taking the risk on them. And he said, and we all know this to be true, the great returns and rewards are saved for those who take the risk. And you often have to learn how to take the risk on you. That's why we don't move forward. That's why we pause and hesitate and talk ourselves out of doing the thing, because we're afraid of failure. And so then the months turn into years and the years turn into decades. Or if you're 21, if you're a millennial, let me know. I always love knowing that my millennials and zennials are in here. Gen Zers, y'all give me a fist bump. If you're 18, 19, 20, 21, here's the thing I want to say to you. Make the investment to figure out what you love and pour gas on that. Where does your fire burn bright? And add fuel to it. Take the risk of you. One of the benefits of homeschooling my kids, for most of them, not all of them, one of them, I'm just like, I keep striking the match. Like, come on, light it up. What do you want to do? What do you love? But I will tell you that even for that kid, I look at that kid and I'm constantly saying, you're good at this. You're naturally adept at that. Let me tell you how God designed you. And you to have people in your life who will call out your gifting in your life is amazing, but it is not necessary. If you don't have anyone in your life calling out the gift of you in this world, then you are not broken. You are not missing anything. You want to know why? Because God created you to hold on to the Spirit of God so that the Spirit of God can agree and resonate with you. That when your back starts tingling or you start getting excited or you can't stop talking about something or you want to be in an environment, this environment more than you want to be in another environment, that is the sign. That is the sign that the Spirit of God is saying to you, that right there. You put the finger on that right there. Do more of that. Now, I know you're busy and I know you got kids and I know you got a job and I know you have bills and I know the student loans are amazingly high. I understand that COVID has been hard. I understand that you're grieving. I know that you're lonely. I know that you're sick of being by yourself. I get it. I get it. That is no excuse. Every day, you have the gift to choose. Every single stinking day. So choose to live. Choose to take risks on you. Take the class. Read the book. Join the group. Get the mentor. Study. You always will think that someone who is doing something that you want to do or that you admire them for doing has something you don't have. Let me tell you what they don't have. Let me tell you what you don't have that they have. You may not have the gift, but you also probably haven't put in the work. I can't remember if it's Essentialism or The One Thing. I think it's The One Thing, that book. And he talks about how to master anything. It takes 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours, which is why when you have your children, you want to have them practicing the thing that you think will benefit them later in life because it takes that long to master something, right? But I can tell you right now, somebody who's not gifted at playing the piano, that's not their natural MO. They may not love it, but sit them down at the piano and make them take lessons for 10 years, 10,000 hours of practice and lessons. They will be good at it. You want to know often what we're missing that other people have that we're not willing to do? It's rarely the gift. It is the good work. It is your willingness to do the good work of sitting yourself down, disciplining yourself to get the job done. To learn what you need to learn, to Google what you need to Google, to take the class that you need to take the risk, to ask the person the question that you need to answer, to show up. And y'all, in this day and age, like my friend Allie Worthington says, with God and Google, we can do anything. Like you literally have no excuse. So I'm here to tell you today that whether you are 90 and you need to move, or if you're 50 and you have to start over, or if you're 20 and you're trying to figure out what is in me, it is not too late. If you should have majored in it in college, all right, fine. You can either go get a second degree or honestly, get your own degree by going on YouTube and figuring it out, or take a course. There's a million people out here that are sharing courses of how to, y'all listen, let me tell you something. I found this girl on Instagram. I'm going to see if I can show you. I may not be able to show you. I found this girl on Instagram that has a janky million followers, like 500,000 followers. You want to know why? It's because she teaches people how to use Excel, like Microsoft Excel. She loves Excel. And she realized that she didn't just know how to use it. She loved Excel. So she started doing these like little videos on Instagram where she would point things out and show people how to use it. And then people were like, oh my gosh, tell me more, tell me more. So then she created a course. And y'all, she is dancing her way, like I'm so serious right now. She dances about Excel. Like, who does that? Who does that? I'll tell you what, the person who's decided that they know what they love, that's who. I'm trying to see if I can find it. She decided, I love Excel. Everybody else doesn't love Excel. So instead of apologizing for loving Excel, I'm going to maximize the thing that I love, that everybody else doesn't love, that I don't mind doing. I'm going to find it because y'all need to know, especially if you want to, especially if you need to learn Excel. Is that my husband? Okay. I'll have to find it. I'm scrolling through my Instagram and she's not popping up because Instagram, the algorithm won't do what I need it to do, which is be chronological. Lord Jesus. Anyway, I'll find it in just a second. The point is, you can do anything you love. Do you hear me? Anything. Now, you may have to do it slow. You may have to do it differently. You may have to learn some things you don't currently know. The point is this. Often we are our own enemy, getting in the way of the thing that we know we really want to do. Oh, Lord, my leg is cramping up. Yes, she is dancing about Excel. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Because I need to prove to y'all that it is really just a decision. That's it. That's it. And I love her videos. And every time she shows something, I'm like, oh, I didn't know. And I'm an Excel junkie. Like, I love spreadsheets. I'm an accountant. It's my background. So I know a thing or two about Excel. You know, VLOOKUPs and count if formulas and conditional formatting, all that. Love it all. Hold on. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Y'all hold on, because I feel like, oh, okay, hold on one second. Everything happens at the same time, y'all. Now somebody's at the door while my husband is doing things. I hear him in the garage. This is my life. This is my life. So here's what I know that I love. What I love is encouraging you. And I wrote down when I was in my 20s that one day I wanted to talk to women about practical ways to live their life well, so that what they do in time will matter for eternity. But I didn't want to teach Bible studies only. I wanted to teach how to. I wanted to teach you how to. That's why I showed you the videos earlier about making hot chocolate on the stove, because I'm amazed at how many people will say, now, how do you do that? And it's not just about, like, homemaking. It's about, it is about anything. One of the girls that works in the office said to me, you know what, one day you need to talk about how you talk to your children and your husband. Like the way you talk to the men in your life, like it's pretty amazing. I was like, really? Because in my head, I know what I want to say that I don't. She said, well, what we do is hear what you actually say. And it's pretty good. You should talk about that. So one day maybe I'll talk practically about how to speak man. Even though I don't know I do it perfectly, I do know how to do it. And sometimes I do it. I'm like, I want to find this girl on. Okay, let me do this. Let's see. Ah, there it is. You just have to search, girl. Miss.excel. And I'm not playing. Like, she just dances her way, like seriously, into Excel classes. And I mean, like she has 558,000 followers. She has trained 1 million users. She says, I make Excel fun. She said, you know what? I think Excel is fun. So I'm going to make sure you know it's fun. That is what brings me joy. You can do anything. Do you hear me? Anything. You just have to decide to agree with the gift of you. So stop telling yourself what you can't do. Put in the effort to figure out what you want to do. And then do whatever you can to engage with the gift of you. Watch your tongue. Do the work to figure it out. And then do the work to learn what you need to learn. Put yourself in environments, even if those environments are not in real life, not your people, not your family, not your friends, online. That's why we have the sister circle. That's why we have the inner circle. The sister circle is what all of us should have. You need to have in your real life women, whether it's your family, it's your friends, it's your coworkers, it's the women you run with, women who are a part of the journey, right? But I realize that everybody doesn't have that. So what we do when we do sister circle events and when I create sister circle workshops, like the one that's coming up on January the 8th, we create spaces for you to get connected and find your people. Okay. The inner circle is it's a membership. It's an ongoing way for you to connect with me, to receive content that's encouraging and that is designed to help you grow while also doing that in the context of community. And so the reason why I do that is because you need that in your life. You need people around you who think like you think or who think like you want to think, who can teach you what you don't know and who can encourage you along the way. So I have text groups that I'm a part of. I have masterminds that I'm a part of. I have a business owner group that I'm a part of because I'm constantly looking to say, where are my people who knows what I don't know and who can I rub shoulders with where the friction will light a fire in me? And you need to ask yourself the same question. And if you don't have people around you who can do that, y'all, the interwebs mean you have no excuse. There literally is no excuse for you not to move forward. And if the excuse that you've been giving yourself is that it's too late, stop. That's not a good excuse, because as long as you're here, you get to choose. My grandmother, my mom's mother, wanted to be a missionary. She had 8 children and she decided that missionary work was her work to do as a mom. So she discipled her children like she wanted to disciple faraway people in faraway lands. She wrote letters to missionaries. She supported missionaries. She hosted missionaries in her home, but she wanted to be a missionary. And the reason why she did all those things was because missionary was in her heart. Now, she was never a missionary, but what she did along the way was do all the things attached to missionary work that she could: support, discipling, giving, hosting, connecting with. And then when her 8 children grew up, her children are all over the world. One lives in London, one lives in Germany, one lived in New York, a couple are in Texas, they're in Maryland, they're everywhere. And she said one day with her hands folded, she said, I guess I was a missionary. Even when you do what you love and you're doing it in a way that is not what you intended to do or the way you intended to do it, you may just realize after you've done what you can with what you have, that what you've done is actually just what you were designed for. So, I just wanted to encourage you today that if my 90-year-old aunt can move to Texas, and if my husband can start over, and if my grandmother can take a different path and realize later that that was the path, if I can start YouTube live streaming in my 40s, because I hate video. It's like, who wants to look at my face? And figure it out. So can you. One of the things at the end of the year is we get all ready for the beginning of the year. What are you waiting on? It's December the 13th. Today is a good day for you to identify the thing in you that you put on the shelf. Pull it down and re-engage. Follow the breadcrumbs. Follow the yellow brick road. Keep going. And if you paused 20 years ago, start where you left off. If you knew you shouldn't have got that degree, but you just had to get out, okay, then now go and learn what you were passionate about learning. What I want to tell you is it's time. It's time. It's time for you to re-engage with the girl in you. It's time for you to reinvent the life that you knew you were supposed to love or you never knew you could love. Like today, it's time. So what I want you to do is somewhere on a piece of paper, in the notes on your phone, on your mirror with lipstick, is to identify the thing that you stopped doing or you never did because you were like, it's too late. And I want you to decide today that that's a lie. And that you will choose to do what you can with whatever you have and trust that the Spirit of God can lead you to whatever you need and that you will do whatever it takes to live your life well and live it without regret. I hope you've been encouraged, and don't forget to leave your comments for the Bibles. Inner Circle, show me your yellow so we can give it to you, and then everybody else will give away one of these. And I think for the remainder of December, I'll go live every Monday. So that way the girls don't have any video to edit. Y'all get a little fun and foolery. So I will see you here next Monday at 7 a.m.-ish. And the next Monday after that, 7 a.m.-ish. And then make sure you're on my email list so that anything else that I do, you'll know about it. And let's see, what else did I talk about? Oh, just to recap. I talked about the inner circle. I talked about the internship /interns. And I talked about the live workshop /reinventing. Okay? So thanks for joining me. There you go. Oh, Jessica said, what's the email? To join the email list, you just go to the homepage, crystalevanshurst.com. That's it. Yes, Carrie Foster says, start the business, pick up the hobby, do the thing that you thought you needed so much to do in a pandemic. Start with what's in your hand. There you go, Carrie. That's it. That's it. Oh, yes. I'm seeing somebody say, I'm convicted. I'm seeing somebody say this was helpful. That's good. You can go through the comments later, Letha. You just have to replay the video and then watch the live chat. But don't forget for these, don't leave a comment in the live chat. Leave it in the replay. So after the video is finished, and share it with a friend. All right, y'all. Let me go figure out what's happening in the house. The kids don't have their homeschool co-op today, so they'll be here with me all day, doing the most, eating all my food. I need to clip my ends. See? Look at this. Look at that. Let's see. There we go. See? I need to take off about 2 inches right there. Maybe I'll go back to the Dominican shop and let them do it. Y'all have a great day. Let me do this. Let's see. As we go out. Oh, it won't work. I think my computer, I need to reboot it. It's doing all kinds of things. Oh, there we go. Oh. Now I can't figure out how to shut it off. Oh, there we go. Doing the computer doing weird things, y'all. The trip computer. I'll buy another one. Hope y'all have a great week. Enjoy your day and enjoy your week.